I think we need to not lose the central point that points to Jesus being against animal sacrifice, and that's the temple.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
The-
So let's talk a
eh,
little bit about that because people think that that was the money changers and it was all about the bankers. But when you really look at it, when you really look at the words and the phrases that are there in the scriptures, it's very
mhm.
clear what happened there. So why don't I let you tell that?
Yes, if you the incident in the temple is one of the few stories about Jesus that's in all four gospels. And in none of them are the money changers at the top of the list. In fact, in Luke, they're not even mentioned at all. It's those who are selling and buying in the temple. And what are they selling and buying? They're selling and buying animals, animals to be sacrificed. The ancient temple was more like a butcher's shop or slaughterhouse than a modern place of worship. Today, when we say the word temple, you think of, oh, we're going to go in someplace and maybe sing a few hymns, and somebody's going to get up and give a little homily on how we should be good. But this was where animals were brought to be sacrificed, and it was a big business. In Josephus, you see numerous accounts of how animals without number would be slaughtered around the Jewish festivals. And even the archaeologists now have gone in and they've looked at some of the bones that were around the temple that date to the time of the temple sacrifices. And there were animals being brought in from all over the area. I don't know how they figured this out. It's through DNA analysis or something like that. But they discovered that these bones were coming from all over the area. The local economy was not enough to supply all the animals that were needed, and so animal sacrifice was indeed also a business opportunity for a lot of people, and so that's what was going on in the temple. But then again, this is something that's also that Jesus wouldn't be interested in anyway, because he doesn't like the rich. He doesn't think we should be greedy, and he certainly doesn't like violence as well. So he's got a
But
number of reasons for being against the temple.
yeah, right. But it also says that he opened the cages and turned over the tables and freed some of the animals. So it wasn't
Yes,
like just throwing a fit about this business that's happening here and you're
yes,
you're exploiting people and all of that. And
yes, yes,
although I think a good part of it is, the temple should be a house of prayer. It shouldn't be this
yes,
market. It shouldn't be this business. People need to have access to God, the Father directly. They don't need all this stuff. This is an opposition of what I've come to tell people. And and if that was all it was, then that would have been all it was. But he freed the animals. He opened the
yes,
cages. So there's something else, a statement there that's saying these animals should not be exploited, caged, and murdered in this way. And so I think that was I mean, I think what happened there was such an offense to the power structures of the day. The
yes,
the
absolutely.
religious authorities and the business and, it's like all you just think about all the big businesses that we have in our world today. This would have been like the biggest business, and to threaten that would have been like, we need to get rid of this guy. I mean, that's if he gets a following or if he has his following could really be dangerous to us.